Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston-Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. I appreciate all the thoughts and cards and everything and phone calls we've been getting. We've had several days of being off the air, basically with our repeat shows. And as y'all were guessing, something was wrong. And well, Jeff had COVID. He's okay now, but we had a whole week's worth of Jeff being out. And when Jeff is out, he does 3 jobs. And we were lining some people up. We're going to have to bring some people down from the sister station in Dothan. But we finally were able to get everything under control. He's doing a lot better now, and but I appreciate it. A lot of people ask about him, and we appreciate it. And we're back to normal. And I'm just thankful for all the feedback we get from all of y'all throughout the Panhandle. I had calls and everything. So here we are, and we are behind in pictures. We're behind in our drawing. We're behind in everything. So I have a guest today that's driven all the way down here from Crestview to be on the show. And then tomorrow's show, we're going to catch up on the pictures and add the names in there. We're going to get caught up, but appreciate your patience and your concern. Okay, let's get started with our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and hardworking crew from Southport taking care of everyday comfort needs. And Drew just had a birthday the other day. Happy birthday, Drew. Looking at a high today now, it's going to be 63, low 51. And water temperature, 63.5. It's been out about a week, so we're catching up with it now, 63.5. Take a look at our river readings. Our river readings, all this rain we've had, the Apalachicola at Bluntstown, did it shoot straight up or what? This morning it's reading a 13.1. That's a high water on the Apalachicola. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville, same way, 7.6, going up naturally there. And we did have a lot of rain, a lot of wind, so hopefully things are going to settle back down. But we've got more rain coming, it looks like. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. This is interesting, folks. Look at the Tuesday, January 24th, what strong tides today. But look at the rest of the week. It's neap tides all over. Look at there. That's just not any tidal flow. January's been an odd month with our tides. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, folks, and welcome our guest this morning, Ernie Martin.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good morning, buddy.
Good to be here.
Drove all the way over from Crestview, over on the western end, way over there, and to be on the show. Ernie, he's been on before. Last time we had him on, we were in Studio B, I think.
Yeah, we were Studio Bayou, I believe is what you said, because we were right there next to the water.
Yeah, that's right. Well, glad to have you again. And
glad to be here.
Ernie's an outdoor education teacher at Crestview. And been doing a while, and we met each other way back in the 90s. I was at Moser coaching track, he was at Crestview coaching track, and we just hit it off and started talking about outdoor stuff, and it hadn't stopped, has it?
No, actually, I just kept picking your brain and stealing some of your ideas and using them in my outdoor education classes, and it's been an adventure, and it's been very, very good, very awesome.
I'm just very proud of Ernie because he started out the way the program over there. He stuck with it, and it's just a great class he has going. And I personally appreciate it, but I know our Okaloosa County folks appreciate it too.
Yes, sir.
What's been going on? Plus, he is. You can see what kind of bass fisherman he is. And he just got him a big buck yesterday. We're going to talk about that later and all. So just tell us sort of what's been going on.
Well, when I started these outdoor education classes, it was back in 2001, and it was one class a semester, about 30 kids, and as of this year, I have 3 full classes both semesters with about 105 students total in the program, and it's been growing. I gotta thank my leadership, starting with the superintendent, Marcus Chambers, and our school board member, Tim Bryant, and our principal, Jay Sanders. They're all 100% on board and support and appreciate all the work we have in our classroom and through all of our guest speakers and our sponsors, because we are a sponsored class as well. And one of the things we pride ourselves on is every first semester we teach the United States Power Squadrons, along with the United States Coast Guard, the Safe Boating Certification Exam. And this past semester, I'm happy to report that we had 87 students pass the certification to receive their cards in the mail, and they are wearing me out like, Coach, when's my card coming? Where's it at? When am I going? I said, give the boys in DC and Tallahassee time to get them printed.
Yeah.
So I know that they get excited about it. And you know as well as I do, outdoor ed, where we live, I'm a proponent of it should be in every middle school and high school in the entire state.
Amen.
So it's big, and a lot of times when we promote it, the kids don't realize what all is their heritage, what all has taken place in the years and decades before them, and it's nice to be able to teach them something different and something new.
That's awesome. Do you feel like you have my clone right here? I tell you, you mentioned that I'm thinking about the cards that they get from the state to validate that they passed the state voting. We got to the point that it was funny. You might want to try this. I looked up the graduation song "Pomp and Circumstance" on the phone, and I turned it on, and I had the kids line up like they're graduating, and all their students, all their classmates would clap and they'd bow. So you could all try that. So anyway, I'm just so proud, and he made a great point. It's a team effort. When you got that superintendent behind you, you got that school board behind you, and then you got that principal behind you. That paves the way, and we'd like to, again, our goal is to get every county in the Florida Panhandle, really the state of Florida,
yes, sir,
Panhandle Outdoors, and I just love having him on and talking about it because he's living proof for 20-something years. He's been doing outdoor ed and it's still growing, and the kids love it on this.
Oh, it's amazing too, and one of the things we do when we start out teaching that safe boating course is we got a big map of Florida, and we take a push pin and stick it in the map. And I tell them, you draw a 50-mile circle around that push pin, and you're going to get on a navigable body of water that somebody is going to be on day in and day out. And safe boating should be taught from Monroe County to Escambia County, from the middle school on up. And I give them the cold, hard facts that in Okaloosa County, we are always in the top 3 in boating fatalities. This past year, we were number 1.
Oh no!
And it's sad to be able to have to report that, but it's the facts, it's the truth, and it's just more of the reason we teach the class.
Yeah.
And it's very big and it's very important. We bring in people from the game and fish to actual people who have survived boating accidents. It gets to the point that the kids realize this is real, this could happen, and it's important to be able to understand the rules of the road when it comes to the water. And it also benefits them when they go down to the docks at Destin and try to get deckhand jobs in the summertime, and they can show them that card and tie that bow line and that snell knot, and they're like, hey, you must have been in Coach Martin's outdoor ed class.
There you go.
Check the box.
There you go. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So here we're Ernie Martin, Coach Ernie Martin, and he's from Crestview High School, and excellent teacher and coach up there, and put in the program 20-something years ago. Still going strong. Ernie, we appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And you brought us some pictures, so you sponsored a bass team also, and your shirt?
Yes, sir. About 2 years pre-pandemic, again, Superintendent Marcus Chambers and School Board Member Tim Bryant led the charge in getting us the first high school team in Okaloosa County that was a high school bass fishing team, and we hitched our wagon to the BASS, Bass Angler Sportsman Society, and the director of that at that time was Glenn Cale, who did a phenomenal job. He drove all the way from Winter Haven to Crestview High School, and on our first meeting, I really didn't know if this was going to be a big thing or not, but he drove up, we set up parameters, and I walked into the media center into about 350 people, and I was like, I think they want this.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a neat thing to do, and we got to fish it as a high school team for about a year. Then, as we all know, the pandemic hit, and with the leadership, we decided to remove the Crestview High Bass team, and now it is the Emerald Coast Youth Bassmasters. It is a club team, and it's been a blessing in a lot of ways. We have students now that fish on our team that aren't in the Crestview zone, and they don't have to be because it's not a school thing now, it's a club thing. Mm-hmm. We have students from Bay County that are fishing our club this year, and we have them from Pensacola, so it's starting to reach out there and draw more young anglers in, and we have females fishing with us now, we have males, and it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. It came to fruition last year when we had a senior team that went to the state championship, qualified, got their rings, and now one of them is fishing at the college ranks down in Tampa and has fished his second tournament. And you want to talk about a jacked up coach. Friday in the middle of class, the bell rang, and I looked down and it says, "Coach, watch the weigh-in 4:15. I got a tank." I'm like, "Go, man." So I know they're getting excited, and I'm excited for him and his parents. And the whole thing about that bass fishing team is it provided an opportunity for a young man or woman to go and get a college education in a different way. And like I told a lot of them at the beginning, I said, not everybody can shoot a 3-point shot or throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball or kick a 48-yard field goal. But when you put that rod and reel in that young man or young lady's hand, the playing field is even. It's totally up to them and their skill practice.
That's great. Ironically, my son, Chip, did kick a 48-yard field goal his 10th grade year. But the true story. But that was the first. But anyway, getting back to this, we've got some pictures.
Yes, sir.
Let's check out these pictures. It's cool. Tell us about them.
We have pictures, like I said, when you sign up through BASS, every student angler signs a image release waiver. This is Jax Huckabee and Chase Nixon. They are seniors this year fishing the circuit. Like I said, when you go up there and you fish with BASS, you are going to be blasted over all social media, all over the country, because you got mamas and daddies, TDY.
That's right, and that's the thing about it. Social media just gets it out there, too.
That is my right foot, and next to my right foot is 35.5 inches worth of redfish that I caught during Thanksgiving break.
Whoa.
Chartreuse mirror lure. 52M on some moving water. And yeah, there is a few fish in Okaloosa County and Santa Rosa County, but I wouldn't leave Bay County to come fish where I'm at because I know what y'all got down here. This is two of our former team members. They're seniors last year. The gentleman on the left is Aiden Paxton. The one on the right is Trace Matthews. They are the state champions for the Emerald Coast Youth Bassmasters. The one on the left is now fishing in the college ranks at a university in Tampa and has fished 2 tournaments. And what was crazy, the first tournament he fished this fall, him and his partner from Palatka were 2 places out for qualifying for the national championship.
Whoa, that's a good place to have a partner.
Like, wow, let's go.
A partner from Palatka. There's around some.
Oh yeah, he's chomping at the bit. That's Aiden again at graduation last year.
Okay, all right. What about this?
Go ahead.
Okay, just keep going through.
Oh yeah, this is just going to be more pictures from the weigh-ins at different tournaments, whether they were at Harris Chain, Kissimmee Chain. Now this picture right here, I put in here, this is from one of my former outdoor ed students. And we do a lot of different projects. We do a lure making project, and if you ever happen to be in the Bass Pro Shop in Destin, as you walk in, there are some gimmick lures that were made by some of my students that are hanging in there. Okay. I've got a stick bait imitation that's 3.5 foot long, made out of a cedar log that looks just like any stick bait you would throw on your bait caster.
Yeah.
That lure, that boat right there was handmade by one of my students. That is a identical replica of his grandfather's boat that they still fish in Van Cleve, Mississippi. So
no way. How about that?
He
That's
built
awesome.
Yeah, that thing's about 1.5 feet long.
Oh, I love it.
That was amazing. This is one of our former students. We're fishing a evening shootout tournament over in Milton at Carpenter's Park on the Blackwater River, and he found him one that day.
That's a tank.
That was 9.6. This is my bass team partner for the adult thing. That's Thomas Harvell on the right, one of our administrators. He and I fish a lot of the tournaments, and again, we are sponsors. The same sponsors that sponsor our high school team sponsor us. This is over in Walton County at Juniper Lake. Okay. And we're bringing the sticks to those guys over there, and had a good tournament. And and enjoyed that opportunity. This is one of the first pictures we took when we first got started with the high school bass fishing team. We had us a big get together, and that was the group we started out with. Now we've got about that plus about 8 more.
Wow. Well, we're going. Let's take a break. I want you to come back and talk about this big old buck you got the other day.
Right. I wouldn't say big, but he was legal.
We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Great tackle store down there and all kind of one-stop shopping there. Looking at today's time, we're looking at 1:19 to 3:19 this morning, 1:45 to 3:45 this afternoon. Now you got a couple of other things you want to cover.
Oh yeah, when we do outdoor education classes, I try to bring in all kind of guest speakers, people that have careers in outdoor education. I mean, what a better place. I mean,
yeah,
you know, being at Mosley, you've got people at your resources all over, and one of the biggest things that we do is we tie to the Destin Charter Boat Association. Mm-hmm. We're tied to the Game and Fish. We're tied to the Forestry Department. Yeah. We have people that work at like Bass Pro Shop and different kind of anglers and everything outdoors. And one of the biggest things that I saw in one of your episodes a while back, about 4 years ago, my sister and my aunt were both retired teachers. They would come in and we would do a cane syrup demonstration and taste testing for our kids. And I wish I could show you pictures of the looks when they first learned the definition of the word sop. I taught them how to sop with a biscuit with cane syrup. And when they first tasted it, because I would always preface it going, this is not the syrup you've grown up with. This is not going to taste like what you get when you go to a restaurant. This is different.
That's cool.
And I explained it to them. And it's funny because some of them taste it and it'll look like, they just got the most weirdest taste. Yeah, they kind of shocks them. Others, they can't turn it down. They're coming back for seconds and thirds, but all the different things we do with it, and it's just fun to watch the kids learn.
We talk about the heritage of the Florida Panhandle.
Yes, sir.
Those are the things the kids all need to learn, the sopping it. That's very good. I'd heard that term in a year or two. Look, real quick, we do have good news on school. Another school is picked up outdoor at Apalachicola down there. Yeah, Apalachicola.
I know where it's at. Yes, sir.
Franklin County High School is doing it this year. We're proud of y'all, and our goal is getting every county.
Now, I can tell you this, it's grown into Panhandle as well. Baker School in our county has one. Okay. South Walton High School now has one. Yeah. Navarre High School has one, and I'm kind of jealous of them because Navarre, they're on block scheduling, so they'll go to class for 2 days and then they'll go get on the bus and go to the pier for 2 days. I'm like, man, that's just perfect to have a place where you can go.
I may come out of retirement and reply for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be a temporary sub for that.
There you go.
On fishing days.
Take a look at this big buck right here. Tell us about this nice one.
I have some property out in the Blackwater Forest. This is at my sister's home. If you've ever been up there and you know where Hurricane Lake is, I'm about 4 miles south of Hurricane Lake and about 4 miles north of Highway 4 that runs from Century, Florida, all the way back to Baker. And we have a little private section there that butts up to the state forest. And I happened to go out there and we checked the trail cameras and we're having about 9 turkeys eat us out of house and home. And I slipped in there Friday after school and ran turkeys off and got in the shooting house, sat there, and the turkeys came back and they didn't leave anything till the feeder went off. And I wish I could have filmed it. There was a spike that came in that didn't know what to think about those turkeys. He went and tried to circle them and come around from the other side to get behind the turkeys. I guess he didn't realize they could turn around, but he ended up running off. And after the feeder went off, about 20 minutes later, this guy steps out, and that
was exciting.
And it doesn't matter to me. I don't. If somebody said you can do one fish or hunt the rest of your life and it'd be paid for, I'd fish. But I love to hunt. I love to go, and I've got good camaraderie. We do a lot of man drives with a lot of my relatives that go up there, and it's fun. And a lot of times we go just for the sheer pleasure of being together.
And we talk about that a lot on the show. We know exactly what you're talking about. Well, we got about a minute or two left. We got you got the rest of the school year. What all we got coming up?
Oh, well, that's the neat thing about it. We'll have outdoor ed 2 has started, and we'll teach in different things and doing a little bit different approach. We also have our high school bass fishing team. It's round 2.
Okay.
Like I tell a lot of people, our high school bass fishing season runs from September, and if you're fortunate enough, you can go to the national championship in July, August. So it's a long season, about one a month. If you fish all of them, you can fish. We fish from Lake Okeechobee to Lake Seminole. That's pretty much our area for Florida, and then I have some that are fishing the lower Alabama circuit as well. So.
Well, you're certainly in a great area for outdoor ed over there, like we are here. This is the whole Florida Panhandle,
yes,
from Tallahassee to Pensacola.
We are blessed.
We are blessed, and I know you've taken your kids on all kind of field trips and all, and having guest speakers. We just appreciate everything you're doing, and again, appreciate the whole Okaloosa County system.
Yes, sir. Probably the number one question I get asked by the first week of school is, Coach, when we going fishing? They love it, and I've got charter boat captains lining up trying to take these kids, and a lot of times I'll say, it's not going to work as a class. Go call this guy and go have fun.
That's funny. The first question I always get asked back with the faculty meeting, the very first time, they come up, Coach, when is our fish fry?
Exactly. That's question number 2.
When is our fish fry?
Yeah.
And that shows just the love people have for all of this. So we'll encourage you to support it any way you can.
Yes, sir. I've got great sponsors. I can't thank them enough. I've got Pounders Hawaiian Grill, Tiffany Woodham State Farm, who's been there from the beginning.
Yeah.
We got Hometown Garage Doors. The list goes on and on. I'm going to leave somebody out if I ain't careful. I have to look at my shirt. But we have so many sponsors, and it was a blessing because this year we had so many that we actually had to build 2 different separate tournament jerseys to cover our sponsors.
I love it.
We are blessed, and we are fishing.
Well, thank you, Ernie. Okay? Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
He came all the way, but I'm going to take Ernie out to breakfast. So we
good. I'm about ready.
Okay. Thank you.
We need to do a fishing show together.
We are. Y'all do something good today for your fellow man. You have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.